In today's episode of my podcast story, we have Siquoyia Blue, a multi-talented powerhouse who is redefining the intersection of art and technology. As the host of the Blue Alchemist Podcast, Sequoia dives deep into the creative process, exploring how innovation and artistry can transform lives. Known for her unique genre, abstract soul, she blends R&B, funk, soul, and rock to create music that resonates on multiple levels. Beyond her musical talents, Sequoia is an accomplished author of 4 books, an entrepreneur with her own dating assassins card game, and a dedicated IT analyst. Her journey is a testament to the power of creativity and resilience as she balances her artistic pursuits with a thriving career in technology. Sequoia is here to share her inspiring journey on how she built her show from the ground up and how she continues to empower the world through her diverse talents. Tell us your name and the name of your podcast and what your podcast is about.
Let's see. My name is Siquoyia Blue. That's my stage name. That's what I go by as far as my entertainment name. And my podcast is called Blue Alchemist Podcast. And it's really about unorthodox stories and just diving deep within, basically talking about different things that people don't think about, like just challenging reality and questioning it, just being curious.
Can you explain your podcast to me like I'm 5? Because right now I'm hearing so many big words that I'm confused.
Well, okay, let's say, so basically it challenges your perspective, basically. So whatever you're thinking about,
Why are you talking to me like I'm an
makes you
adult?
question it.
I'm 5. Is this how you
Hey,
talk
me
to
too.
5-year-old? Okay.
Yeah, and
You
my
sure?
dog too. He be listening though. My dog is like, hey, he be trying to figure out what I'm saying.
Okay.
But
I feel like I know what your podcast is about, but then I'm like, nah. I know what challenge
well,
means.
for
I know what
instance,
perspective is. Okay.
yeah, so I'm basically questioning reality, for instance. So everything can be questioned because everything could be a story. Everything could be questioned. Money, looks, marriage, anything could be questioned. So anytime I have someone either on my show or if I'm by myself talking, I'm challenging your mind to think beyond what your box is, what you've been taught. How can you get out of that box and tap into your higher self and into what's going on in the world? Because if you're not keeping it on the swivel, I feel like you're going to get hit in the head. And that's what the podcast is about.
Oh wow. Wait. Why did you have to use something like the imagery you used? It was very vivid, but okay. What was can you give
The
can you tell us
artist
the
in
title
me, the
of
artist.
your last 2 episodes?
Okay, so the last episode, I did a review on the movie Sinners. That was by myself. And so just called Decoding the Spiritual Meaning Behind Sinners. So that's what that one was. And then the one before that, I had interviewed someone about hip hop and music and how he has a book coming out on R&B groups and how the R&B groups changed and stuff. And basically I asked some questions about hip hop and how he thinks it's changed and his journey and what his perspective is on hip hop. So that's how I challenge perspectives. If it's not me by myself, then I ask the guests, well, what do you think about this or that? Something like that.
I have a very wide conclusion in my head, but before I even say that conclusion, what was the episode before the second to last episode?
Dang, I don't even remember. I think it was on digital businesses. So businesses you can do online. I had a guest on and she discussed how you can start your own business and stuff and make income, multiple streams of income and how she did it and how she left corporate and changed her life and how she had to get out of her own perspective, her own box she was put in by her family on being this corporate baddie, and focusing on getting to the bag. But, so she challenged their perspective and changed her life. And she became a very successful entrepreneur and she's teaching others.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. How old is the podcast, first of all?
Oh my God, 6 years old now. It's been a long journey, man.
Wow.
And
6 years
yeah.
old. That calls for a
Yes.
celebration.
Yes.
So
you know what it does? It does. Because I was shocked.
Where are we celebrating it? Is it in a year in Africa or in North America, South America? Where is the celebration holding?
I might have to come to Africa, go to South Africa, because I want to go to Johannesburg first. That was my first stop. So I'll be in Johannesburg at a nice spot with some great wine and some good food and toast to the new beginnings.
You see, I'm not saying anything because when I was asking if you come to Africa, no, that's true. If you come to Africa, I will have to be the host. No, 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 no. The celebration should be over at your end so that you host the party. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
I can have the
realized.
party. I can have the party here.
Yeah.
I can have the party here too.
So when would that be so that I know when I should expect my package sent to me via mail?
I don't even know. I have to see. I have to plan that. But that's a good idea. I didn't even think about it. But I'm gonna plan it and I'm gonna send you a packet, an invite. No, it's gonna be a nice invitation. It's gonna be really pretty. And yeah. If you like good food, it's gonna be at a nice restaurant out here in Vegas.
I have you on tape saying that you're going to send me a package. It's all right. I'll put it there. Okay.
Don't worry.
I'm
I've been meaning to have a party.
I'm really happy for you. Congratulations. A lot of persons, like 6 months, 8 months
Yes.
into the podcast, everything just kind of dwindles and they really want to do a podcast, but then they just, they kind of quit.
It's work. I mean, it's work, and I haven't even been like I've seen so many podcasters that podcast every day, and I just can't, I don't have time to do it. So I'm not really, I could have more episodes than what I have. I'm just not consistent as I could be, and it's tough. So yeah. In the future, maybe I'll have more time.
How often do you release episodes now?
Man, like 2 to 3 times a month. Yeah, 2 to 3 times a month. Like this month, it'll probably be, I got a show tomorrow. So, I mean, I probably won't have many after that until June. So, yeah, just like 2 to 3 times a month.
Yeah, I'm curious, right? I know we're talking about your podcast story, but you have a show tomorrow, right?
You have a what?
You have a show tomorrow.
Yes, I have a show tomorrow. Yes.
So what's like? I know you're into music, but like, what's? Tell me about the show.
Well, the show tomorrow, a young lady's coming on, and she wants to talk about her short stories she's writing, like her sexy short stories. She has sexy short stories that she publishes on Substack. So she wants to talk to me about that. So this is going to be an interesting show.
Your podcast show. When you said you had a show tomorrow, I thought you were talking about like a music performance show. No, it's a podcast show because my music, I'm really submitting that for placement in movies right now. I haven't done any performances live. I'm like submitting to get my music into a movie, into shows. So that's what I'm really doing right now. But I do plan on doing a show out here sometime. I don't know when, but I want to put on my own show, actually. I want to be the boss. I want to curate the whole thing. I want it to be an event. So I will be doing that in the future, but right now it's just everything's online and yeah. What kind of music do you make?
Oh man, it's alternative. I call it alternative soul. It's out of the box. I had to figure that out. I started doing music way before I did podcasting. I started that because, and then podcasting came later.
Okay. The past 6 years you've been podcasting, right? What would you say are the personal benefits you've had from the podcast that's on you personally? Yeah.
I think it brought me more confidence to speak up and stuff. I think it helped me out with meeting different people and being able to I guess speak about my journey as well as learn about their journey. And it just gave me that confidence to just talk to anybody. And I thought that was a good thing. It's basically free public speaking. It really is. Yeah. I mean, it's like a course, but you're doing it yourself and you're creating it. I think it's fun.
I'm thinking of something crazy. How terrible was your first 10 episodes?
Ooh, man, I don't even know. It's funny because I was solo only for a long time. I did not have guests. So I was by myself talking and, and I never did video. In the past, I never did video.
Do you know what we should do?
What?
Hey, just a quick break. If you enjoying the insights so far and want even more behind the scenes ideas, inspiration and tools for growing your own podcast, join my email list at mypodcaststory.com/join. That is mypodcaststory.com/join. You get access to helpful resources, exclusive updates, and the kind of stuff I only share with my email subscribers. Whether you're starting out or already podcasting, there's something valuable waiting for you. Head over to mypodcaststory.com/join and subscribe. Now, back to the episode.
What?
Forgive me, but can we pull up the very first episode and listen to you?
Oh God, no, we're not. No, we're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna pull that up because I sounded probably crazy. I didn't know what I was doing.
I know that was very entertaining.
Oh God, I don't want you to see it. No, don't look at it. Hey, you know what? Look at it after you get off the thing and look at it and then you can write me a message and tell me how bad it
You
was.
should be proud of your growth.
No, but I'm happy about it because I
I'm not
still
gonna
feel like
laugh.
it was still good stories.
I'm not gonna
But
laugh. I will not laugh.
no, no, you laugh after because I'm probably stuttering or doing whatever because this was before AI and stuff and I couldn't, like now you got the sexy tools where you can fix stuff and do whatever. You just didn't have that back then. If you said 5 times, it was just there,
Was it that bad?
you
This
just
one
let it go.
you don't want us to play it. Was it that bad?
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, because
Ah,
honestly, I had way more attention when I did solo shows versus when I had guests, which is crazy. I don't know.
so people like you. Yeah,
Yeah, and even now, if I do a solo show, it gets way more downloads than when I have guests. So
you know.
that's odd,
Yeah,
but
yeah. You're the
it's
host.
interesting.
Yeah, people like it's your show. People like to listen to you. Of course, they also like to listen to the guest, but the guest changes. But you just like the constant in the equation. Everything is a variable.
Yeah, yeah, because I didn't think about it like that. But at first, I was like, oh, guests they might get bored with just me talking. But I realized that they got used to it, and I'm exaggerated. It's like I kind of I got I don't know, I kind of bring into I guess the acting of side of me kind of keeps them on their toes, maybe.
Yeah. Are you active? Do
Yeah.
you do audio only or audio and video for your podcast?
Well, I do audio and video, but when I do my solo shows, I just do audio only. Um, yeah,
Okay.
because there's nothing like just chilling behind the mic, you gotta put, you don't have to do
But you're
nothing.
chilling right now.
I know, but it's like I don't have to look a certain way. I'm just chilling. I just put the mic on and I'm talking and I don't have to look at how I'm moving my face. Like I can just talk when I'm audio only and I love it. It's just a good feeling. It's an amazing feeling. And honestly, most of my attention is not on YouTube. I mean, YouTube I started maybe 2 years ago, but most of my fans are on Spotify, Apple, and random places they download me from. YouTube is not the place where I get the most attention, which is weird. But I'm like, okay, well, wherever you guys like me at.
Okay. Wow. How does the podcast get made? Can you walk us through all
Oh,
tools,
let's see.
the
So
softwares you use?
I use StreamYard to stream when I have guests. So if I have a guest on, then I use StreamYard and it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I use my desktop camera. Of course, in the future, I'm probably going to get a fancier camera, but right now I'm just using my desktop camera. And then I have like a light. So I have this little light clipped up so my face could be bright so you can see me. And then I have my Yeti mic, which I use and it's pretty good. I haven't had a problem with them. People say get a Shure mic. I think Shure mics are great, but my Yeti has been great.
Yeah, it
So
gets
what's
the
the
job
point of
done.
spending $400 again?
Yeah.
Yes. And then for my solo episodes, I actually record on my phone, believe it or not, sometime. Sometime I record on my phone or sometime I record on my mic and I use Adobe recording just to talk by myself. But if I use my phone, I have AI to fix my voice and it makes me sound like I'm in a studio. So I use those two things to do my podcast.
Okay. So what about when you have guests on the podcast?
So when I have guests, it's StreamYard. So I use StreamYard, which is similar to this platform we're using. It's just StreamYard, and so it's the same way. And it's a pretty good platform. It just depends on what you want. But I think they're all good. I like Riverside. I like StreamYard. I like Squadcast. I use Squadcast at first, but I like StreamYard because I can do cool backgrounds. I put little arts and crafts on it and stuff when I use StreamYard. I got my little AI art and stuff. So if you ever see my episodes, you'll see like cool AI art on it. So in the
Yeah.
video. So I like that.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Does the podcast make money?
No, not yet. I mean, and maybe it's my fault. I mean, I haven't been 100% with it. Like I said, I feel like if I was more, I don't know, like some of these people are doing like 2, 3 shows a week. I mean, that's amazing, but I haven't made any money yet. I mean, I've made some money here and there, like with Podmatch. When you interview people, you might make a few dollars, but to like go just be like, yeah, I'm gonna quit my job and do this full time. No, I haven't gotten there yet. I mean, that would be nice because get tired of a regular job. I tell you that. You want to definitely do something you want to do, but most of these sponsors want you to have like a bunch of followers and stuff. And I haven't, like I said, I don't run ads for my podcast, and I'm not running ads and promoting it. So, I mean, I think if someone wants to get money, you have to run ads. You got to promote it. You got to run ads. I'm sorry. You got to do Facebook ads, Instagram ads, because it's going to be hard for people to find you, to get those numbers you want. You can get numbers, but the numbers you want, you're going to run some ads if you want to
Okay.
make some money.
Sometimes I feel like my guests, they kind of downplay their growth or their numbers. So can you tell us
Oh.
the number right now so we can be the judge of whether your podcast is huge or not?
I don't think it's huge. Oh, you mean like my downloads monthly? I could say it could be between 50 to 300 a month. So it could be lowest of 50 to the highest of 300. Oh, yeah, that's pretty
That's
low.
50%. Like,
Yeah, 50.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
imagine when last I spoke to 300 persons at one time, like in real life.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know.
true. Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't know, maybe
Yeah, I haven't done that in a
since
long
you're a
time.
musician,
You're right.
when you perform, But for me, the highest maybe
Mm.
100 I've spoken to in real life. That was a very good day.
You know what? That's true. That's good. Yeah, that's interesting. You can speak in front of 100 people. And you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think it is interesting because you know what? I did get 100 downloads this last 7 days, and because of my review on Sinners, I didn't think it was going to get much attention, but it did. So it's like that part of, it's like, oh, okay. It does make you feel something like, oh, these people are listening to me, and it does
Yeah.
put it in perspective that this is a
Yeah.
big world. I mean, you got people from Netherlands. I saw people from Netherlands listening to me. Japan, all over the world. I'm like, wow, okay. And I didn't even run any ads. So this is pretty interesting that they found me without me, doing the big boy stuff, if you know what I mean.
More like the biggest
The
stuff.
big boy. Yeah, the big boy stuff where you're like, you running them ads, man, I mean, those, cause that's how you get those sponsors. If that's what someone's going for, you get those sponsors and man, you can do good.
Yeah, but other than sponsors and all that, you mention that what do you do as your full-time job right now?
Oh, I'm an engineer, so I work for a tech company. I mean, I
Wait.
work for the hospital. I mean, healthcare. I work in healthcare. I'm like a data engineer, so like monitoring engineer. I make sure
Okay.
observability is good for the healthcare company. So I do that.
That's yeah, that's rich.
Not fun.
No,
No, it's
who's
boring.
talking
I
about
want to
fun?
do something else. I
That's
want to do
rich.
podcasts every day.
Okay, you
No,
want
it's
to do
not.
podcast every day. You want to talk about your music and what else? Like,
I'll talk about everything.
okay,
I can talk about anything.
the reason I'm asking the question is, other than let's pause on the money aspect for now. Other than making money and all that, like one of the things that is like a very important thing you could have in this day and age is to have like a personal brand online,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
That's true. Yeah.
having a podcast is like a cheat code to do that.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It really is. And don't get me wrong, I think tech is fun. I like tech itself. I just don't like it as a regular job. But I would do tech projects on the side. I love technology. I love what it can do. So I think that's something I'll always do. But that's true. Money aside, I mean, I could do it for free. I could talk all day. I mean, there's different things I could talk about because I got an opinion about a lot of things that I see.
Yeah.
I read a lot. So I'm always seeing something. I might read a book and want to talk about it. Because sometimes I'll just read a book and I'll talk about what I thought, my perspective on how it intertwines with society. And that's sometimes the show is about that, how I think it has something to do with society, with the world. Yeah.
I mean, we could do that. I just can't imagine that you do have like you're fun to listen to. Like if you had a
Oh,
YouTube
thank
channel,
you.
like yeah, you know how you listen to some videos or watch some videos because let's say I'll give an example. Let's say you're trying to ride on drive. Is it drive ride? What's the word you use
Mm-hmm.
for okay, try to fly a helicopter and you've never flown a helicopter in your life before and you're like trying to search on YouTube for a video on how to fly a helicopter. Now of
Yes.
course it's an extreme example. If any video that pops up, right, you watch it, you don't have a choice. You're not gonna say, oh, I don't like the way this guy talk or this lady is giving instruction, is talking. I'm just gonna skip, right? Right? That's how
Yep.
most videos are. You just watch it because of the information they
Mm-hmm.
have. And then there are people who you don't really care what they want to talk about as long as they're just talking. You just want to listen to them talk.
Yep.
Yeah. You
I've
have
had a
that.
few people like that too.
Yeah, you have that personality, and you should build your personal brand. You can then do music. You can then do whatever you want to do, and yeah.
Thank you. Yes. I mean, that's the eventual goal
Yeah.
is entrepreneurship and, combining tech with podcasting and all of those things. I mean, that's what I eventually want to do full time. And so that's why I continue to do this. That's why I never stop because it's a passion. It's one of my passions is to help people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be nice though. I mean, the technologies are getting better and making it really, really easy to, edit and put things together and even distribute to multiple platforms such that you don't even have to log into the platform to post.
Yeah, it's so easy. I mean, back when I was 20, I think I was 22, I started my podcast then, but it was called something else and I was too shy to finish it. So I never did, so I stopped it back then, but it was called Sequoia the Revolutionist and I was 22 and it wasn't all this fancy tech going on. Like I had to use my cell phone and call in to talk on it. Was called Blog Talk Radio. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but it's called Blog Talk Radio. They're still around, but you just call in and you talk through your phone and people listen. And it's crazy because I was getting a fan base then, and I didn't do guests back then. It was just me talking. I probably had one guest at the time, but that was it. And I was like, I got so scared after a while, I stopped doing it. And I was 22. And I think if I would have kept going back then, I probably would have been big right now. But I just didn't have the confidence like I do now. And so it just wasn't the right time. So I had to end that show and then I started it back up later when I was like, about 6 years ago. Yeah. I had to start it back up then.
Yeah, so I'm guessing
it's crazy.
This is the right time for us to go all in.
Yeah, I feel like it. I mean, I think that when I moved to California about 6 years ago, I mean, I'm in Vegas now, but the time when I first started this again, it was 6 years ago, and I used to go to this bar sometime and after work and have a little drink and talk to different people, and I realized, you know what, it'd be cool if I just start, talking to people and giving, so that's what made me want to get back into podcasting was just talking to different people and then just having my own thoughts. Like, how can I help others again? Like what I wanted to do when I was 22. And that's what made me get back into it again, you know?
How's it been going since you go back? Okay, I don't want to use the word. You go back into podcasting. Yeah.
It's been great. I think at times it's like I feel like I want to do more, but I just can't all the time. But I think it's been great because the technology has advanced. So it's easier for me to like create clips just using a tool, or now there's sites now where you can find guests. I mean, even though back then it wasn't hard to find people that wanted to talk. People, there's a lot of people that just want to talk. Because even now, if I didn't have Podmatch, you're always going to find people that just want to talk. But I think it's definitely easy now. I mean, versus back when I was 22, it's easier. The tools are better. It's just smoother. It's just the technology is just crazy. It just helps out when you don't have time to sit and edit. Because even though I like editing, I do know how to edit, but you don't have the time when you're working 9 to 5, to sit here and make it pretty and get it the way you want it. So now you have ways to get your stuff out there without having to do all that, I think this is the perfect time for anybody to get into podcasting. And I think if people get into podcasting, I think they should you got to do it because you love it. You might not, some people want to do it and become a millionaire in 5 minutes. And don't get me wrong, maybe they can, I don't know. But most of the time, it takes time. And that's just how it is. And you have to do it.
Yeah, for me, podcasting, I mean, a lot of podcasting has so much opportunities on the table. Like, let's assume it was a situation, it was a tool, it was one of those things that you could not make money from it, right? Now, of course, people make money from podcasting, but let's say podcasting was one of those things you did and there was no way you could make money. It wasn't meant for you to make money from. There are other benefits you could have from a podcast. Number one is that you get comfortable listening to your voice.
Yeah, that's true. That's another thing.
Yeah. My first episodes, these days, we are brutal.
See all your shows. I just saw 3 episodes, so I didn't see them.
No, this is a new show. Like I started a podcast, I think 5 or 6, 7 years ago. I think I deleted the podcast. Could you believe that?
Oh my
because
goodness!
It was
you shouldn't have done
so
it. You shouldn't
terrible.
have done it.
And then immediately I deleted the podcast. I started another one immediately, and so about the same time.
Oh, good.
And I still have those old episodes, but now I listen to it and I just sit down and I start wondering how come how can one man sound so terrible?
Oh, goodness. You know what? You probably
No,
didn't sound as bad as you think. I think we're our own worst critics because I could think that, but maybe I didn't sound that bad. And then you think you sound bad. Maybe you didn't sound that bad. Like,
so
I don't think so.
you're trying to encourage me right now.
I am. Because
But I was
sometimes we can
asking, I will
think
pull up
because,
your very old episodes, and you refused
no, do
because
not
it
do
sounded
it. Don't
terrible.
do it.
Okay, so
No. No, I
Okay,
don't
so
think
it's
it sounds
mine.
terrible. I just don't want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't think it, I don't even think it sounds bad. I
The
just
only
don't even want to
reason
hear it.
why I'm asking you, let's pull this up, is because I'm using my mobile phone, and so there's no way for me to like share my screen and then go to the internet and bring stuff up and then share it in the video. If I was using my laptop, the case would have been different. I would have just said, "Let me listen to
Mm-hmm.
your voice," and they will hear your episode
That's
play, and
true.
they're like, "Yeah." So that's like the only thing. Because right now, I would need you to say, "Okay, yes," and then you have to go show us, and yeah. So, but
Oh,
it's great.
goodness.
And I mean, I'll go
No.
listen to it and see what
Hey,
it sounds
if you
like.
want to, if anybody want to listen, they can listen to it. They can go
Yeah.
from the very beginning
Do we
and go
have
all the way up.
permission to play like 5 or 10 seconds of it in this video when we're doing the post editing?
Okay, that's fine. You can do it when I'm not on. Yeah, that's
Okay.
perfectly fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
get down with that
Okay. Okay.
because
I
people
mean,
are listening to it now. So I can't hide. There's people that download it to this day. People that just found me. They're starting from the beginning, so they're going all the way back. So there's no way I can hide, even if I
okay.
wanted.
Okay, but you just don't want to hear yourself because you're like, how? What was I thinking? Why did I like?
I
Okay.
don't know. Look, to this day, sometimes I'm like, oh man, did I say that this way? But then I just say, you know what? Oh well, I'm not gonna overthink it. Cause I think sometimes you could be. I mean, I could be overthinker. I got better at it, versus when I was younger. But I just feel like I nip it in the bud. When I try to overthink, I just nip it. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. Nope. I said what I
Yeah.
said. It's done.
Yeah. I mean,
Cause then we'll
it's a
never get
growth.
anything done.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
growth process, and it's good for people to say, "Oh, I started a podcast 6 years ago." You can go check out my very old episodes, and you listen to how I sound like it was really terrible. I've grown over those years, and I'm still
Mm-hmm.
learning, I'm still growing, but I'm way better than when I started. It's a good thing to know and to have the
Yeah.
proof out there for people to see and make their own before and after
Yep.
comparison.
Yep. And that's how I look at it. I
Yeah,
mean, sometimes, yeah, I think that's what people got to think about when they're shy and stuff, because at the end of the day, it's just everybody's not going to like you, and it's okay. Do you, because it's an
yeah,
asset. People understand podcasts are an asset, just like music is an asset. So these things can be around forever. You're long gone, and some kid in 2060 is like, oh, I love this show. I think that's the exciting part about doing music and about doing podcasting, is that someone later on is going to hear you and enjoy it.
yeah, yeah.
It's a really big deal.
Yeah, the other benefits podcasting has been doing for me, and I don't know if that's the same for you, is I get to meet incredible persons from all over the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I meet so many cool people. I'm like, and some people still write me on my Instagram. They'll send me quotes or send me information. Like, it's kind of like faraway friends, UK and all types of people. And I think it's exciting. Because you learn about different cultures too. I remember I talked to a guy in Switzerland, and his story was interesting about his journey in Switzerland and stuff. And I just think it's just interesting. That's the fun part about podcasting, is when you have that type of audience and guest, and you just learn so much about their culture, or what I just like the stories, what people have gone through, and where they're at now. It's a fun thing. I
Yeah,
think people
yeah,
forget that side sometime.
yeah.
I really
And
do.
I noticed that with podcasting, it's different from every form of content out there. It's pretty relaxed. It's a
Hmm.
conversation. You're just having fun, even though when you're doing a solo episode. So for me, it's like it's an easy way. Of course, the word "easy" is in quotes because podcasting, especially if you're producing it yourself, it's a lot of process, a lot of things you have to do. Well, it's an easy way to
Yeah.
grow your personal brand. And I mean, if you're
Hmm.
gonna do music, if you're gonna whatever you want to do, like podcasting is a way for people to just get to know you and actually know you. I mean, not know you because you give them tutorials on tech, which is nice, it's great, but they're like Like for people to
Yeah.
really know you, I say, I love her. I love that lady. I'm like, why do you like her? She's amazing. Like, oh, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool thing. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's branding. It's a part of your branding and part of who you are. And that's how you keep opportunities coming too. That's why people should stay consistent with it. Like you said, people just start and quit. You don't have to do it every week. You can do it once a month. It just whatever you choose to do, just figure it out, plan it, and do it. I think that's what it boils down to.
yeah. Do you have any plans, projections for your podcast?
Well, I did just you funny. I did just reopen my stores. So if you go to blogthepodcast.com, I have my store section in there so you can purchase some cool merch, which helps support the podcast, helps support everything I'm doing. And so that's out now. I just relaunched that. And then I can't think of anything else cool that I'm going to do with it. I guess more solo episodes. I'm going to be doing way more solo episodes in the future. I'm still going to have guests, but I'm going to be doing more solo episodes because it seems to get people seem to want to hear me talk by myself, so I'm going to give them what they want and give them some more information. Plus, it's easier for me to talk by myself because I don't have to research or I prepare. I'm just talking the way I want and doing my thing. So I think that's a good thing. So I
Are
don't
we going
mind
to be
it.
seeing you more on video?
No, you're not gonna. Nope, I'm gonna be audio. When I talk by myself,
Why?
you're just gonna see pictures.
Why?
Cause
I mean,
it's
there's so
easier for
much
me to just
potential
get in my
there.
phone and talk. It's easier for me to talk on my phone or on my
You,
mic,
you
hiding.
show. Well, right now you're chatting with me. You seem pretty relaxed. You have the headset. You just and I'm wondering like,
I am
what's the challenge?
challenged. What to go on
Yeah,
video?
what's the challenge? I feel
It's
like
just
why do I feel like how you don't want to do something and then you say something, say you say a reason why you don't want to do that thing, but you don't want to actually do
yeah.
that thing. Am I making sense?
Well, I think I know what you're saying. I mean,
You don't want to be on video.
I kind of want to, but then it's like it's so chill to just not be on video when I'm doing solo because it's just so relaxing and I just don't have to do anything. I mean, men, y'all have it easier. You don't have to get your hair done. You don't have to do anything. You just get on. I mean, I think women, it's just too much to do. I'm
Wait,
like
but
chilling.
you know that this video this will be on YouTube, right?
I do, but I still came ready, in my way of ready. But still, even just doing the simple things, I'm like, if I have something in my mind really quick and I'm like, I don't want to get made up or sit in front of the computer, I'm like, I'm just going to talk on my mic or I might talk on my iPad and I just got freedom that way.
If you do decide to do video, the episodes you have with your guests, you publish the video on YouTube.
Hmm
Okay, so you're on video. Okay, but you just don't do video for solo episodes.
Nope. No don't do it for
When
solo
you take
episodes.
the bold step of being on video for your solo episode, please let me know. Shoot me an email, and I'd love to celebrate it with you.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see.
We,
And
we've
I'll
dealt
send it to
with
you.
the audio audio parts. I think now we have to deal with the video part.
Yeah. I mean, it's like there's a lot of editing I could probably do and do some cool effects like what they're doing. But if I do video by myself, it's just going to be very normal because I don't have time to sit and
Yeah, like
edit and
you
do
don't have to
cool
stress.
stuff.
Like pretty relaxed. Just start from
Yeah.
the very parts you want to start with, and then start having a conversation. Start talking. It's like yeah. This I did this, and everything's just going on and on and on. And when you're done, you stop recording and you
Yeah.
publish, and that's it.
Well, I'll think about that. That might be my next thing because I have another solo show that's on my mind that I might record this weekend. And maybe, just maybe, I'll get on video for it. Maybe. We'll see.
Yay! I'll take that maybe as yes.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll
Yeah.
see. Depends on
Wow.
my mood.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I did ask you about the money aspect of the podcast, and you said it's not yet making money, but
Mhm.
it's one of those
Yeah.
things you do that I think we should kind of podcasting it as a hobby. Maybe, maybe not. Like
Mm.
it's like I'm a
Well,
podcaster.
yeah. You know what? That's true. I mean, because the thing is, some people are trapped. Like I said, trapped in these boxes where you say, "Okay, I'm a podcaster," and they think that okay, you're supposed to be a millionaire, or they think that you're not doing nothing. And it's like it's not black. It's not what is it? It's not white or black. It's you don't do stuff everything just to be a millionaire. Do you want to? Do some people want to make income and or extra money with it? Yeah, but that's not the main reason why some people do it. And that's why I'm still doing it. And because it's fun. It's you're getting to know people. You're finding out things about yourself. You find out things, and that's the thing. And so I think once it gets to the point where you are chasing only the money, it turns into I gotta
job.
I gotta get these followers. I gotta get these followers. I gotta do this. And then you're panicking. And I told myself I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be that type of podcaster where, I'm like, I got to make this money. No, I'd rather have multiple streams of income and enjoy this. And, I know tech is a job. And if I did do tech as freelance, I know that's something that's needed. I don't have to perform for it. You got to know what you're doing, but you don't have to perform for it. Whereas this is something that you're doing because you love it. And if you get money as well, then great. I think that's because other than that, it won't be fun anymore. It'll just be stressful.
Recently, I've been working on my kind of like I don't want to say job description, but so when people ask me, what do you do? Depending on the scenario, if it's like an informal gathering of semi friends, I'm not gonna say friends, but semi friends, and then maybe family, and they're like, what do you do? What do you do? Like, what are you doing currently? Or like, I talk to strangers online, and then I post it for other strangers to watch and listen.
Oh, I like that. I like that, because I like that, because the thing is, no one should be asking people what money they're making anyway, because if,
Yeah.
they're not paying the bills, why does it matter? I just think that, I never understood that. I don't ask people that stuff. I just think that's just messy because it's like, what does that got to do with, I'm not, I don't know. It's just a crazy thing. I see that a lot in society where people judge you based off what you do. And if you say podcast or you say music or whatever, they think you're not doing nothing. They think you're not making no money. They just jump to the negative.
Yeah.
And I just don't
Usually,
like it.
when people ask that question, I feel, and I have no statistics to support this, but I feel like when people ask you, what do you do for a living, they want to be able to like measure how much money you make so they know how much respect to give to you.
Yup. Yup. Exactly.
You could just
Exactly.
tell them that, oh, I'm a janitor. And you just see their face, and then you're like, oh, I'm a medical doctor. I'm the chief medical officer of, so you gonna be John Hopkins University or was one of those crazy stuff. And you notice their face like, oh wow, that's nice, that's awesome, wonderful, wow. I'm like, oh, I'm a janitor.
Yup.
I clean the toilets and the bathroom for the school. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they be like,
You see their face,
okay.
you're like,
Like, yeah.
and
Yup.
sometimes I want to be at the place where I can just mess with people a bit.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. You're on my same wavelength because I was thinking that too. I was like, no, from now on, I go around relatives of people. I'm just going to say, I pick pencils. I just make sure the pencils are the best pencils and I sell them. I was going to say something stupid because it's like, what are we talking about? I barely see you. It's like, why do I have to tell you what I'm
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Are you still are you still podcasting? Am I still alive? Like, what is he? Just I think people should ask, hey, are you still not still, are you how do you like doing that? Or how do you like it? Or, instead of saying, are you still, just say, how do you like podcasting? How do you like, and let that person tell you if they stopped or not or whatever. I think don't assume that whatever, just, I don't like that.
Yeah, usually,
Don't
most
get
of
it.
the time, it's not really from a place of, oh, I care about you. I want to know how you're doing. It's more like, okay, let me see if she's doing well. And then I know, because, there's this quote that the problem we have in life, for most persons have in life, is not because, it's not to be happy. The problem we have is that we want to be more happy than others. That's the problem, right? So,
Yes, yes, yes.
you're
Yes, I
like, okay,
mean,
yeah,
and it goes for
yeah,
entrepreneurship. Anything that's not considered normal to them, they just want to see if you're doing bad. And even if you do have that great job, there's always that person that want to see if you failed in that great job. Did you lose your job? Is it, so it's not coming from a place of genuineness. You know when it's genuine, and that's very
yeah,
rare. It's probably a handful of people that is like genuine, but
yeah,
it's sad it has to be that way. And that's why you have to have that thick skin because if you don't, then you're not gonna do what you need. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do what you need to do. You
yeah,
know, and and
yeah.
and that's not living.
Yeah, that's true. When I come up with something really, really, I need something that will make them really, really confused. It will not like the thing I would say will not be a lie, but it will be something
Hmm.
that I don't know if you're saying like when
Hmm.
you know how you could say some things and people will say, but you said this, and I'm like, yeah, I said this, but this was what I meant. And when you take it to the court of law, they will look at it and you act it's you are actually saying the truth. but they would.
Oh,
Does it,
yeah.
what I'm saying doesn't mean make sense.
Yeah, it does. So you could still say that's true because just like you said earlier, I talk to people and I post it online that, you still told the truth. And then, or if you say, you could just, I'm a professional speaker. You can say that and you're not lying because you're
Yeah,
speaking online. I mean, it's different
yeah,
things you can exaggerate. And there's some people that do exaggerate and you can exaggerate because who cares anyway? I mean, what
yeah.
who cares?
My own is not just. It's not to exaggerate and make them see me as a big person. No, my own is I want to exaggerate and confuse them so that
Oh, good one.
they don't even know. They're like, okay, they're trying in their brain. They're like, okay, where should we put him? Is it doing well or is it not doing well?
Okay, yeah.
They don't even know. They're like, okay, what exactly is that? I'm like, I could tell you all about that, but I'm just gonna bore you to death with all the boring stuff about my job. So I'm not gonna bore you with that.
That's a good one. I think I actually did that. I
Okay,
said, "No, that's boring. Let's talk about something else." I think I did that before when I was visiting relatives. I said, "Oh, it's boring. So it's just work is work." I say, "Work is work."
yeah,
That's what I say because I don't.
yeah,
I mean, And then I don't want to talk about work. I'm a
yeah. I say I
vacation
don't
or
want
I'm
to I don't
out.
want to be that egotistic relative who ends up talking about work and family gathering. We all hate that guy. I don't want to
Yeah,
be that guy.
yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be
Ah,
I don't want to be like that. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good way to say it too, because then you're confusing them. They're like, well, dang, what he doing? Or what's going on? I
What's
like it.
it? Is it
I
like
might use that.
they don't know? Like, yeah, yeah. Podcasting is like I've seen. I talk to the concept of this show is I talk to different podcast hosts, and I've seen people use podcasting for different kind of things. That for me is
Yeah.
like podcasting could be that thing you do to like kind of like how you do relaxation, kind of you just to relax as
Hmm.
hobby. It could also be the thing you make a ton of money. Whatever you want to do, like it's your thing. You get to make the rules. It's your show.
Hmm. Mm. I mean, it's cathartic too. I mean, it's relaxing because you're on this mic and you're talking to people all over the world that you don't know in different countries, and you look at your backlog and you look at your dashboard and you're like, whoa, this person in Japan, listen to this, and it's just
Yeah,
exciting and it's an experience. And I think as society or I really think the whole world, not just US, has forgot that living is an experience. Money is made up. Somebody said this is what you got to do. In order to live, but it's all made up. If they said, then, it's just made up. So living is an experience first, and that's what's going to make you happy. The money can help you, but the experience is going to make you happy, period. And if
yeah,
you don't get those experiences, that's why some people get depressed. They work a corporate job and they go home and drink themselves to death and they depressed because they ain't having no experiences. You got to have an experience. That's what
yeah,
life is about.
yeah, yeah. I'm so glad I got to like. What are the odds or the chances that we would have been having this conversation right now? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I could have gotten off Pod Match. I could have done anything, and we are here.
yeah. Other than the podcast, like I'm trying to say myself like I'll just slide into your DM probably on Instagram. I'm like, hi, I'd love to talk to you for 1 hour, and you're like, nah, nah.
No, I would have answered. I would have answered you because
You
I think
sure?
I did have someone do that. Yeah,
Okay.
I was actually someone that slid into a DM and asked someone to. Before I got on Podmatch, there was a guy that he did liquor promos, and I thought that was interesting. He would go and set up, different spots and promote his liquor. So I wanted to know his journey and how he got into it, and he responded and came on my show. He
You
was
see,
one of
you
the
see,
first guests on my show.
that's you didn't get why I was saying
Oh,
you reached out to him in the name of your podcast. That's why he listened to you. Like imagine you're like, oh, I want to talk to you for 1 hour, and you're like, oh no, not podcast, no, nothing, none of you don't use the podcast card. And I'm like, I just entered your DM, like,
oh.
let's hop on the call, let's FaceTime.
Well, you know what? I don't know. It depends on what we got to talk about. Because sometimes people are trying to scam you. They want to do whatever. But if they give me a reason to or something, if they tell me a reason why they want to talk, then I will do it. I had a guy. Well, it was an interview, but it wasn't an interview. But he wanted to talk to me about my journey. He wrote me. Actually, did he write me? I can't remember how we got in contact, but we ended up meeting at a cafe, and he asked me my journey. We talked for an hour over coffee, and he did put it in his blog, but still, it was, he
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 pulled
wasn't
the block
popular. He didn't
card.
even have
He
anything.
he pulled the
That's
block card.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
but I could have said no because he didn't have much data on it. He just started. He was fresh. I could have said no. I could have not trusted him, but he just seemed cool. It seemed like he was about, he was just really trying to have a harmless chat. So it really depends.
Okay. Yeah, but podcast does open a lot of doors, and yeah, does open a lot of doors.
Yeah.
Once you just put I'm a podcaster, just pull the card.
Now it's hard to get like a certain celebrity you might want to come on air. It's like they're not gonna listen. Like, because sometimes I want a specific person on, but they don't ever answer me.
Yeah, I mean,
And I said,
I think there's this like 6 degree of separation. It's not like I don't have the intention to try to get a celebrity, but when you interview people, you could actually ask, who do you know that knows a celebrity? And sometimes you'll be shocked they actually know a celebrity, and they could put in a good word for you that say, oh yeah, she has a great show, and or they know someone who knows the celebrity. I mean, yeah, and you just get them to put in the word for you, and now it's not stranger
that's
danger.
true.
It's more like, oh, a friend, yeah, recommended your podcast from me, yeah, yeah, and you just have the chat.
And you know what? That's true. That's true too. Yeah. I mean, it could come to that one day. It could come to that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna manifest that because I would, there's certain, I like talking to regular people more, but I don't, every now and then, yeah, because you want to talk to the people, the everyday people. I like talking to the everyday people, but also there's certain directors or people that, certain people that you just want to talk to that are on a certain level that you would have a great conversation with because you can see it. Like you said, intuition, you can see, that person is down to earth and now I have a great conversation.
yeah. I mean, it's not just the intuition and all that. Sometimes you have concepts and ideas you want to like run for the show. I'll give an example. You did do a show, an episode on
Yeah.
sinners. Let's say you wanted to talk to Michael B. Jordan. That's the name of the actor.
Yes.
And you wanted to talk to him and really have a conversation about acting out that role, and really those episodes you
I
would
would
need to
love
like talk
that.
to him. Yeah,
I would love that. And I
yeah,
would like to talk to all of them on there. I would love to. I would love to talk to Ryan
yeah.
Coogler, the
That's
director,
true.
but
Can I tell you a secret? Can you keep a
what?
secret?
I can keep a secret.
You sure? Okay. You know that if you start a
Yes.
podcast and the podcast is, a bit like, I mean, not hyper big, but it's not small, it's not super super small, but it's not like crazy big, right? When
Yeah.
these actors, these producers, these directors, they're about to release a movie. They do like a tour where they go to different shows, different platforms,
Yep.
TV shows, and all that to like talk about the movie, to promote the movie. That could be an easy way to actually get to talk to these people for free, like, because they want to promote their show.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, because one podcaster that actually interviewed Ryan Coogler actually reached out to her. She's a cool girl, but she actually works for the film industry, so she's kind of already had it in. She was she didn't have a really big podcast or nothing. She was just a really good host, and I told her she was really good, and she responded and said thanks. But yeah, she did a great job, and I said, dang, I would love to do that as well.
Yeah,
But she
yeah.
works for the company. She works for the film company, so it's different. But
I mean,
yeah, I would love that.
yeah, yeah. Eventually, yeah, that would be nice. It's just a gateway for you to like have conversations with all the incredible people you really want to have conversations with.
Yeah. I mean, there's people that passed away. I didn't give to talk to, that I would have loved to have talked to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even if we don't have the numbers, for me, I'm just trying to like, how do I build my show such that it's legit, it looks legit. Like, of course,
Oh,
the
so
show
it
is
looks, I
legit.
see what you're saying.
Yeah, but when you look at the
Yeah,
show,
you got to,
you understand? The thing about podcasting is that people cannot know the numbers except if you're on YouTube.
that part.
Yeah,
That's why I was like,
yeah.
let me get off YouTube. No, I said, let me get off YouTube and continue back to where, you don't know. I get more numbers off YouTube anyway. Take me off YouTube. But I didn't. I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that though, because people need to be able to find me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. When you talk to a celebrity, you do a concept, I'd love to know, and probably we can do an episode where we talk about how the chat was like, and how you got to like connected to the celebrity, and yeah.
Okay, you're already manifesting it, huh?
Like, okay,
Yes.
maybe, you think I'm just like joking? I'm serious. I'm just like, it's one of those things I want to do, but I'm like, okay, let me share it with her. Maybe she might find use of it, but I started my podcast because I was like, okay, one of these days I get to talk to the authors, the people that I read their books, and I'm like, wow, these guys, they've impacted me.
Oh, you read too?
I'm going to have a
Okay.
chat with them.
Yeah.
And I was like, what better way can I do that with a podcast? And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
eventually I'll get there.
I believe it. You will. I mean, you're a great host. I think that, yeah, and if you read a lot of books, that's cool. Because I mean, I would like to interview Walter Mosley before he passes away because he's older now. So, I mean, I hope to be able to interview him. He's
Yeah,
such a great writer. He's really
yeah,
good.
yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Sequoia Blue, for being
Yeah.
a great guest on the podcast and for making it really, really, really easy to chat with
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm an open book. I can move with the conversation anyway.
you. Yeah, yeah.
And
We
thanks for
can
having
listen.
me on.
Yeah, my pleasure. Of course, I would love to like have you back on the show, but I'll reach out to you when this episode is released, and we can figure out the logistics later on.
Yeah, for sure. Invite me on anytime. I'll come on. And yeah, to anybody, well, yeah, you can check me out on bluealchemistpodcast.com if, want to subscribe and stuff and share. And I'm on YouTube too, but,
Can,
I like I
can you
like
say it
Apple.
slowly? Where can the listeners learn more about
Oh,
you? That was too
my
fast. That was
podcast
too
or me?
fast.
Blue Alchemist Podcast. So BLU Alchemist Podcast.com.
Okay, okay,
Yep.
okay, okay.
Check me out
So
on there.
that's okay. Chemistpodcast.com. That's the only. Do you have other things you want to share, or that's just the thing?
So if you Oh yeah, so if you want to check out my music, my alternative soul music, abstract soul music, then go to sequoia.comi, Komi.com. So sequoia.comi has all my stuff, my music, everything's linked on there, my podcast, just so it's an easy way for people to find my stuff. My LinkedIn's on there so you can see my tech side, and yeah, so all that's on there so you can find me and follow me. I'm going to
Yeah,
be talking.
Yeah, that's it for today's episode of my podcast story. I am Wisdom Okonkwo, and I hope this conversation sparked new ideas and gave you a deeper look into the heart of podcasting. If you've loved this episode, consider supporting the show by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/wisdomhq. Every bit helps keep the stories going. And hey, don't forget to follow, rate, and share this podcast with another podcaster or creator who would find it helpful. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you in the next episode.